Good morning children, how are you? This is the class for 5th class students. Children, in previous class we known about growing plants. That is the first lesson from your textbook. Now we are going to learn about second lesson. The lesson name is Food for Plants and Animals. Let us start the class. Food for plants and animals. In this lesson, we will know about what is the food for plants, what is the food for animals, and why they need food. These topics we will discuss in this lesson. Let us start the class. First, we will see about living things. Living things means plants and animals. Living things means which need food, water, and air. They are called living things. Non-living things means which do not need food, water, and air. They are called non-living things. Living things means plants and animals. Non-living things means table, chair, pen, pencil. All these have no life. That's why they are called non-living things. First, we know about living things. Living things means plants and animals. Animals. How can they get food? Both living things need food in order to live, to grow, and to get energy. Why do they take food? Why do they need food? To live, to grow, and to energy, living things need food. But where do they get food? Animals. Animals, for the food, they depend on the plants and other animals also. Some animals depend on animals only, but some animals depend on plants only. But some animals, they take food, they receive food, they get food both from the plants and animals. Okay, they receive both from the plants and animals. Some animals, that means carnivorous. Carnivorous animals, they get food from the other animals only. They get the food by hunting or by the other animals. But what about remaining animals? Some animals are herbivorous. Herbivorous, they get the food by the plants only. For example, cow, goat, buffaloes, sheep. These animals depend on the plants only. But some animals get food both from the plants and animals. They get the food both from the plants and animals. For example, human beings. Human beings also come under animals. We get food both from the plants and animals. We eat plant products as well as animal products also we eat. Okay, animals get the food by in this way. Now we will see about the plants. Plants, how can they get food? Can they depend on the other plants like human beings, like animals? Can they get food by the other animals? Can they get food by the plants? No, they cannot get food from the other animals and other plants. They depend on other plants and animals. But how can they get food? They get food, they can make their own food. They can make their own food. Plants also need food to grow, to live, to get energy. To produce fruits, to produce flowers, they also need food. But how can they get? They can get food by their own. They prepare the food by their own. That process is called How can the plants get food? They can make the food by their own by using carbon dioxide from air, and by using water from the soil, absorb water from the soil in the presence of sunlight. Plants can make the food by using carbon dioxide from the air and by using water from the soil in the presence of sunlight. Who make the food for the plant? Green leaves. The green leaves can make the food. They can produce the food for the entire plant. But how can they make food? It contains a great substance on the earth. It is chlorophyll. Green leaves has chlorophyll. Green leaves has chlorophyll. Chlorophyll means it is a green pigment. That's why leaves are in green color. It is a green pigment. Green leaves contain chlorophyll, that is green pigment. It can trap the sunlight. To make food. That is the function of the chlorophyll. Okay, green leaves has chlorophyll. It can trap the sunlight from the sun to make the food. In photosynthesis process, it helps to photosynthesis. Chlorophyll helps to photosynthesis. Plants can make the food by using carbon dioxide from the air, by absorb water from the soil and chlorophyll in the presence of sunlight. This process by manufacturing is known as photosynthesis. The process of manufacturing food is known as photosynthesis. This is about the photosynthesis. Who produce the food? Who make the food in this process? Green leaves. Green leaves make the food. That's why they are called as food factory or kitchen of the plant. Green leaves are called as food factory or kitchen of the plant. Photosynthesis means plants make the food by using carbon dioxide from the air and by using water from the soil, and they make the food in the form of glucose. It is a carbohydrate. Okay, glucose. And during photosynthesis, they release oxygen. Which is essential to human being. During photosynthesis, plants receive carbon dioxide from the air and they release oxygen to human being. It is essential to human being. In the presence of sunlight and using chlorophyll. This is the formula to photosynthesis. Okay. Plants make the food in the form of glucose. That form is called, their food is in the form of glucose. In this process, they release oxygen. This is the formula of the photosynthesis. Okay. Do you know one thing? Photosynthesis is vary in different seasons. Photosynthesis is faster in summer season, but it is slower in winter season because of getting sunlight, due to extent of sunlight, the photosynthesis also is faster in summer season. It's slower in winter season. Okay, children. Green leaves have chlorophyll on their body. This green leaves can prepare the food. That's why they are called as autotrophs also. Photosynthesis, during photosynthesis, it is helpful to human beings also. It is helpful to nature also. It can maintain balance between the carbon dioxide and oxygen. Carbon dioxide, they receives carbon dioxide which is released by human beings from our different activities. We release through the different activities, we release carbon dioxide. It is useful to plants in the photosynthesis, but in the process of photosynthesis, they release oxygen that is useful to human beings. So photosynthesis can balance the carbon dioxide and oxygen in the nature. That is the use of the photosynthesis in the nature. And plants green plants only have a ability green plants only have a ability to make their own food, but not about non green plants. We eat different kinds of food. Okay, we eat different kinds of food, leaves and fruits, animal products, eggs, milk. We eat different kinds of food. Why do we eat different kinds of food? To get energy, to get sufficient nutrients to the body, as well as plants also need nutrients to their growth. So that's why farmers and gardeners, they add manures and fertilizers to make the fertility of the soil. So plants soil fertility, for the soil fertility, they add nutrients, they apply fertilizers to the plants, because plants also need plants also need nutrients. Okay, so in I already said green leaves are called food factory or kitchen of the plant. In the plant, green leaves only can make the food. That's why they are called as, they can have the ability to make the food by their own. So that's why they are called as autotrophs. Autotrophs means, auto means self, and trophs means nourishment. Okay, green plants are called as autotrophs. Green leaves are called as food factories. Green plants are called autotrophs. But what about non-green plants? Non-green plants cannot make their food by their own, as green plants. As well as animals also cannot prepare the food for their own. So they are called as heterotrophs. They depend on autotrophs. Heterotrophs depend on autotrophs for the food directly or indirectly. Non-green plants and animals are called as heterotrophs. Green plants are called autotrophs. Autotrophs means, auto means self, trophs means nourishment. And heterotrophs, they depend on autotrophs for the food directly or indirectly. This is about the food for plants. And I have to say one more thing. Don't sleep under the trees during night time. Don't sleep under the trees because in the part of respiration, they release carbon dioxide during night time. Trees release carbon dioxide during night time in the part of respiration. We have respiration as well as trees also do respiration. In the part of respiration, they release carbon dioxide gas during night time. But carbon dioxide is not suitable for a human being. Is not good for not good for health to human being. We should not be inhaled the carbon dioxide. So don't sleep under the trees during night times. Don't take rest under the trees night time. This is about the food for plants. Now we will know about another topic.